The enemy's time is limited. He's like a mosquito in Alaska. He knows his days are short, right? So he comes in with that venom and he attacks. Today I'm going to give you 3 powerful tools that can help get anxiety off the throne of your life. Number 1, recognize the lies of the enemy. Number 2, replace fear with God's promises. Number 3, reclaim your peace by keeping your focus on Him. So these aren't just ideas, they're biblical, they're practical, they're therapeutic, and they're life-changing too. And if you're new here, I post weekly videos on faith, freedom, mental health, recovery, so please hit the subscribe button. That really helps out a lot. So anxiety used to run my life, and I don't mean I just worried a lot. I mean, it was the voice that I listened to more than God. If you've ever felt like anxiety's calling the shots, I want to tell you something. It is not supposed to be our God. So I want to show you how to take it off the throne, right? The throne of your heart, and put God back where He belongs. Before I was saved, before I knew Christ, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I had panic attacks, situations where I felt like I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what was going on. I had to go to the doctor, all these sorts of things. All of this on top of drinking alcoholically, which doesn't help, right? Drinking, doing drugs, smoking marijuana, that definitely doesn't help with anxiety. But the anxiety and the massive insomnia was part of my life even before the alcohol and the drinking started, and so I was using all of this stuff to try to numb and calm the anxiety, which additionally made it worse. So when I accepted Christ, got sober, quit drinking, the anxiety got a lot better, but I'm going to be honest with you, it didn't totally disappear. I still have days where anxiety shows up. It wants to take the driver's seat. So if you're going through anxiety and panic attacks and stuff, I'm with you. I know what you're going through. I have been there. I'm still walking it out. I've just learned that anxiety doesn't have to make my decisions anymore. Here's the thing. In the Bible, we are told over and over and over again, from Genesis to Revelation, in the end, God wins. But until then, we're also told that the enemy, God's enemy, and the enemy of our soul, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. And who does he want to devour? Us. Because if he can devour us, and he can get us caught up in fear and anxiety, because that's one of his favorite tools, we're not going to be very effective. We're not going to be living for God. We're not going to be walking out our calling. We're going to be too worried about what other people think, dealing with that social anxiety, whatever it is. But here's the sobering part. Literally, when we're letting anxiety control us, when we're putting it on the throne, we're putting it before God, and that's idolatry. We're giving something authority that only belongs to Him. Now, who do you want to give your authority to? Someone who loves you, which is God, or someone who hates you, the enemy? Someone who's truthful and unchanging and never changes, God, or a liar and a deceiver, the enemy? Nah, we don't want him on the throne. In Timothy, we're told, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Philippians 4, verses 6 through 7, don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, with prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Easier said than done, isn't it? I know, I'm with you. Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. And if you're thinking the biblical people make it so easy, yet no, they don't. Think again. Look at Peter, water walker, fell in the water. Look at, denied Christ 3 times. Look at Moses. No, God, I can't speak. Send someone else. No, God, send someone else. No, God. Okay, fine. I'll send your brother Aaron with you, right? So he gets it. He's walking with us, right, in this place of fear. He knows that this is very common to man, and he gives us the help we need. And here we are, 1 Peter 5. It's all sweet at the beginning, right? Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. But be sober-minded because your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion. So let's compare that for a minute. Who are we giving voice to? The one who wants us to cast our cares on him because he cares for us? Or the one who wants us to be unsober-minded, as in fretful, as in afraid, as in Martha, 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 because he's roaring around, trying to take that fear right? Take that anxiety and make it worse and whisper in our ear and trip us up so he can trick us and ruin our life ultimately. Right? Get us to drink, get us to relapse, get us to yell at people, get us to scream at our boss, get us to be abusive to someone else, right? It goes on and on and on. You know, the most evil people in the world, right? Like dictators and stuff. What's at the root of all of it? Fear. Fear, usually. Because fear and anxiety, that's the enemy's bait. But you don't have to take it. So how do we stop letting anxiety be our God? Here are some practical steps. Recognize the false God, because awareness is the first step. Just see it. Okay, I'm letting anxiety be the God right now. God, I give this to you. Take it from me. Give me your peace. Replace the voice. When anxiety says you can't handle it, when the enemy says you can't handle it, you're not good enough. Be afraid. Only bad things are going to happen. Worst case scenario. Nope. God has not given me a spirit of fear. God has given me a sound mind. God, go forth before me. Right? The beautiful song, Christ be all around me. He says, I will go before you. He told the disciples, don't worry about what you're going to say. I will give you the words. And stay grounded in truth. Remind yourself daily. In the end, God wins. The enemy's time is limited. He's like a mosquito in Alaska. He knows his days are short, right? So he comes in with that venom and he attacks. And the shorter his time gets, the worse he gets on the attack. Recognize that and know you're going down, buddy. And I'm not going to let you run my life and run my mind and take over my thoughts and tell me what to do. And it may seem like he's powerful, but compared to God, he has no power. But compared to us in our flesh, he is all powerful. We can't even begin to defeat the enemy without God. That's just the way it is. So we need God. We need to put God back on the throne, not the enemy. And build a community shield. Get with like-minded people, okay? Have people that can remind you of God's truth, because one of the favorite things the enemy likes to do is get us all alone and into fear and into isolation, because then he can whisper those voices and those things in our ear, and it's easier for us to believe it because we don't have people around us that are being supportive. That's why the enemy likes us to be alone and likes to keep us in isolation. It's one of his huge tricks. And if he can get us in social anxiety, if he can get us, fearful, not wanting to be seen in public, whatever it is, get us depressed so we eat everything, then, like this, happens to me all the time. I feel overweight. Now I don't want to go out anywhere. Now I'm going to stay alone. Now I can listen to the voices, on and on and on and on and on. So one of the biggest things too is that, remember, you're going to be fearful at times. You're going to be afraid. But what we do with that is we act on faith, right? Christ be all around me. God, go before me, because even though I'm afraid, I'm going to act in faith. And the more we do this, the easier it's going to get, and the less we're going to be afraid. You look at Moses from the beginning towards the end of his life, very different from the beginning to the end. So here's your challenge this week. I want you to write down 3 top anxiety triggers, things that can send you into an anxiety spiral, and write down a scripture next to each one that you're going to speak out loud each time that anxiety trigger shows up. You can't always stop anxiety from knocking on the door, right? But you can definitely control who you open that door for. Here I stand at the door, knocking, says God. That's who we want to open the door for. And I promise you, when you start answering with God's truth, that anxiety is going to lose its grip. So let's end with a closing scripture and prayer. Isaiah 26:3 tells us, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is steadfast on you, because he trusts in you." Father, thank you for every person watching this video right now. I pray that you would encourage them and show them that you are so much bigger than their fears, that they wouldn't give into that anxiety, and that they would put you on the throne. Christ be all around me, which is a beautiful song, and I want you to listen to it right now. And if this helped you, please hit the subscribe button or share it with somebody who needs encouragement today, so we can keep walking this journey together.